This is the Lambo and Cash show. Let's get it.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lambo. It's another episode 10 of Lambo Cash, and our host, Carlos. Sadly, Cash won't be here, though, but it's still going to be exciting for Carlos.
Yes, it is going to be indeed exciting, Yeah, we wish Cash the best. He's handling his thing right now. He's handling his thing, but show must go on. I'm here with Lambo tonight for episode 9, guys. Episode 9.
Episode 9 or 10?
Episode 9. We're close to 10.
My bad, guys. My bad.
We are close to episode 10, though. We're one episode away from episode 10.
I got excited from reaching double digits. My bad, guys. My bad. I should know the episode. My bad, guys. Don't blame me for calling me.
Don't worry, Lambo. We're so close to 10, but we are focused one episode at a time. So here we are in episode 9. So thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for, doing all that support on the Instagram. You guys can follow us on our Instagram at Lambo and Cash Show. And then Lambo, tell them what they got to do. It's right there on the screen, and then add your mix to it. What do these people
No, you gotta like. Y'all gotta share. Y'all gotta sub. Notification bells, and most of all, come on, man. Think we're used to it. 9th episode. You already know. Y'all gotta comment. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm hyped today, guys. I'm really hyped for today because we're starting off. I'm gonna not tell too much detail, but we're gonna start off with something sad, but then we're gonna get to the fun stuff after. So it's gonna be the motivation's gonna be like this, but then go way up there. So let's go. Let's get it, Carlos.
Yes, it is indeed, Lambo. Yes. So obviously, we're going to start from here and then go all the way up. You guys are going to see what I mean. But like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, comment. Follow us on our Instagram at Lambo and Cash Show. We post sports news, podcast clips, anything related within the podcast will be on the Instagram. So do all that. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. And obviously, y'all got to comment. All right. Episode 9 here at the Lambo and Cash Show. So let's get right to it. But unfortunately, remember what we said? We start down here and go all the way up. Yes, guys. So we have some sad news to announce in the sports world. Kyle Busch. He was a professional race car driver who's been racing for 20 plus years. A very popular name in the racing world. He passed away last Thursday of the time of the recording. He passed last Thursday due to medical reasons, serious illness, a shocking passing in the racing world and in the sports world. He was very renowned by his fellow peers in the racing world, and he was just a great driver. And if you ask other drivers and other people that worked in the NASCAR world, they would tell you how great and special and how much of a character Kyle Busch was. So Kyle Busch passed away at the age of 41 from serious illness. So before I do the accomplishments and rundown of who Kyle Busch is, for those of you guys that don't know, we're going to do an 8-second moment of silence because he wore the number 8 on his racing car. So he was the number 8. We're gonna do an 8-second moment of silence. Thank you, guys. All right, that is 8 seconds for the one and only Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, for those of you guys that don't know, he was a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion in 2015 and 2019. For those of you guys that don't know, NASCAR, they do different races throughout the year. They do one almost every single weekend. So they do a race almost every single weekend, and that leads up to the championship at the end, which is most likely in the summer, and the summer, which is taking place in Homestead, and that's where they do the championship. He's won 2 championships in the NASCAR Cup Series, and he's also NASCAR's all-time winningest driver. He's won a lot of races, and he's recognized as an all-time winningest driver in the NASCAR world. He was a 2-time champion, a champion for the Xfinity Series, another event in NASCAR. He was a champion in 2009, NASCAR Rookie of the Year in the Busch Series in 2004, Cup Series in 2005 for Kyle Busch. In the Cup Series, he has 63 career victories, ranking him 9th all-time, 234 victories across all 3 national series in the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and then the Truck Series. Yeah, so he also did trucks as well. Xfinity Series, he had a record holder with 102 career victories, and then in the Truck Series, he was a record holder with 69 career victories for the trucks as well. So Kyle Busch, he was everywhere in the racing world, whether that's with cars or with trucks. He was a well-renowned driver, very well-known driver, and so that's Kyle Busch. And then here, I'm going to play a little video here. It's a 27-second video of Kyle Busch. This was his final interview. So basically, he raced last weekend in the Truck Series. This was his interview after he won the race over at the Truck Series. So here it is right here.
It's your 69th victory in this series, your 5th right here. Why do these moments never get old, Kyle?
Because you never know when the last one is, So I know all too well, unfortunately, with the Cup stuff. But, here with the truck stuff right now it's awesome just to be a part of Spire Motorsports. Thanks to Jeff and Dan and Mr. H for the opportunity. HendrickCars.com. I'm sure it looked great out front.
Yeah, he even said, "We never know when the last one is."
Yes, indeed, Lambo. And I think that quote should be used for everyone in life. You never know when it's your last. You never know when it's your last, whether that's racing, whether it's basketball, football. You never know when it's your last. So you should always give it your all, because you never know when it gets that time. So Lambo, I'm going to give you the floor here. What are your thoughts about this one with Kyle Busch? Obviously, a well-renowned driver, passes away at the age of 41.
The quote is also to die at the age of 41. Yes, I did that. But to die at the age of 41, the illness, that's too sad. So that's for the guys. But like you said, guys, take that personal. He said, think of that quote, keep that in your heart. He said, never know when the last one is. So that's why people say, when you love something, give it all you got, because you never know when the last one. Like a game, like instant, like a football game. If you just have him, like he's not doing the hardest, you never know if that's the last game. So if you're not doing the hardest, you get injured, like you get like a huge hit, and you get like hospitalized, or like after that game you're driving back. Okay, this sounds unrealistic, but it might happen. Driving back, you get in the car crash, and you get paralyzed. So, what I'm trying to say is take that quote that he said, keep it in your heart, and all I gotta say, rest in peace, Kyle.
Yes, indeed. for Kyle Busch over there at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where he was actually scheduled to race. He was actually scheduled to race that weekend, but unfortunately, because of this, he had to be hospitalized, so he couldn't participate in the race. But over there at the Charlotte Speedway, they all held up number 8 for lap 8 over there at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600 over there in Charlotte. And when it was lap 8, everyone held up number 8s in the crowd. So for Kyle, number 8 for KY over there. So thoughts and prayers to KY and Kyle Busch. You'll be remembered in the NASCAR world, one of the all-time greats. All right. Now let's get into the NBA playoffs. All right,
guys.
NBA playoffs, guys. So here it is, NBA playoffs, the hottest topic right now in the sports world. Enjoy it while it lasts, guys, because when this is over, when this NBA playoffs is over, you're definitely gonna miss it when July rolls around. You're definitely gonna look back and say, "Damn, I really miss when the NBA playoffs were around, the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs." Yeah. So enjoy this time right now, because this time is definitely very something to enjoy. So this is NBA playoffs. As you can see there, there's been a lot of updates since episode 8, Lambo. There's a team in the NBA Finals. That team goes by the New York Knicks. So, Lambo, what are your thoughts on the Knicks? The New York Knicks going to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, what? 1999, you said?
1999, the last time the Knicks
last time they went to playoffs. I mean, I know their fan base is excited. I mean, they pretty much cooked every team they played. They either much swept or cooked them. So, lucky, it's gonna be hard for OKC because we all got OKC. I don't care what y'all say, man. Y'all can be Spurs fans, still go Post fan, but we all got OKC. Right. See you, Carlos.
Yes, so as you can see there, guys, the East, the New York Knicks, for the first time since 1999, they will be going to an NBA Finals, and that for that fan base from 2002 all the way till 2020, they have suffered a lot of years. They have suffered through harsh years where they were the worst team in the NBA, where they did not have luck in getting Zion. They had a chance in getting Katie and Kyrie to the Knicks. They had a chance of doing that, but they did not get them. Katie and Kyrie went to the Brooklyn Nets instead, 20 minutes away from them. They're crosstown rivals over there in Brooklyn. So they've been suffering for a lot of years, but throughout the struggle, they got Jalen Brunson instead of Katie and Kyrie. And as you guys know, when Jalen Brunson first started out, he wasn't like what he was now. He was highly doubted, small guard. Like, who is this small guard? And the Knicks are really going to invest 4 years, $100 million contract on this small guard that doesn't have a high profile name. But the Knicks, they decided to invest in him and ended up being a very good investment. You got Jalen Brunson. Then you get his boys with Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, the Nova Knicks. They call him the Nova Knicks. Then you get Karl Anthony Towns with a trade. You send away Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle out to Minnesota. You get Karl Anthony Towns. And just like that, you created a team that is just together. And they're just dominating through the East. As you can see there, they were down 2-1 in the Atlanta series, Lambo. I don't know if you remember.
Well, they were down 2-1, but let's just say, they just started taking off. Lucky, I really thought when I saw that, because I was watching the Knicks, because I'm pretty sure I might have picked them to win one of those games, and yeah, I was watching the Knicks. The game, it was when it was 2-1, right? And I was watching, I was like, oh my God, no way. And then they beat them, and I was like, hold up. I was like, Dad, let the Knicks cook. They might pull a comeback. Even though we tied 2-2, which made it close, but it's all right.
Yeah, and they definitely did. And that's primarily because Jalen Brunson, he had that matchup that he wanted with James Harden. So I played this during the Be Ready Sports podcast. By the way, you guys can also follow the Be Ready Sports podcast. Same thing you gotta do here. Same thing for the Be Ready Sports podcast. I played this clip over there, Lambo, at the Be Ready Sports podcast, basically showing how many times James Harden was guarded on Jalen Brunson. So here's this clip, this 37 clip. So, guys, if you guys didn't watch Game 1 of the Cleveland series, how the Knicks come back, this is the primary reason why.
To the Knicks were going to get him from Utah, and then the Cavs swooped in and made the deal as Brunson, the floater.
It's my time in the league. Well balanced, well coached.
But still trailing. Brunson banks it home again. Fakes, drive, gets inside, pull-up jumper, got it! Pokes it away, shot clock at 10, Brunson drives. Pulls up, shot is up, bank shot is good!
I want a timeout if he scores.
Brunson, three-pointer, puts it in!
Don't want to give up a three.
Brunson with Harden on him, Brunson on the drive, the floater, bank shot, it's good!
No. Hold up. 1, 2, 3. That's about 7 or 8 times. Oh my God, Harden, you're washed.
Yeah, so if you guys look at the Be Ready Sports podcast after that on Game 1, I made a joke. On there. I actually have the object, but it's not on me right now. It's actually in the room. So basically what I did was, in basketball, Lambo, we use this joke where when an offensive player gets by a defensive player easily, they're referred to as a cone. They're referred to as a cone because obviously when you
because in cones they like when you're doing drills. Oh, I get it. When you're doing drills, you have cones and it's like easy to get by them.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get around. It's pretty easy to get around. So
they're NPC basically. They're NPC basically.
Yeah, NPC cone. A cone because they stay there. But yeah, so on the Be Ready Sports podcast, I had a cone and had James Harden's face on it. And I actually have it. So
wait, go get it. Go.
And here is the cone. Here's the cone. Yeah.
Yo, bro, how'd you get that picture printed? Oh my God, bro! Just put him like on a basketball field, guys. Put him on a basketball field, but put him on a basketball field. Toss him up. That's green, bro. That's green.
Yeah,
and funny, bro.
Yeah,
we know Carlos is in a Harden fan now.
Yeah, so I debuted this last episode of the Be Ready Sports podcast. I debuted it and I thought it was fitting because because defensive players are called cones when they're easy to get by. So I just thought, yeah, James Harden is pissing me off a little bit defensively because he's just getting blown by every time. I'm like, shoot, I gotta do it, and right there, as you can see.
Hey, if y'all are basketball fans, y'all gotta laugh, bro. Come on, bro. That's way too. I'm not even I don't even play basketball. Well, I played like 1 year, but like I don't even play basketball that much. But I'm laughing. So I know those basketball. Carlos, I know you're making basketball players laugh right now.
Oh yeah, don't worry. That's gonna be clipped. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, so that's gonna be clipped, and that's gonna be on the Instagram for sure. That's gonna be in the Instagram for sure. We're gonna tag as many people as possible because that is just, yeah, it was embarrassing, and that was James Harden basically for the whole series. Defensively, he was not good.
No.
Yeah. So that was game 1, and then obviously, as you guys can see there in game 3 and 4, they just quit. Because they. Yeah. So if you look at the highlights of game 3 and 4, it was all New York. It was all the Knicks, and Knicks get the win, and now they're moving on to NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. But however, let's switch gears to the West. Here. OKC San Antonio. This series is projected to go 7, Lambo. OKC, they won game 5, so it's 3-2. OKC. Game 6 is being played on the day of the recording. So we'll see what happens there with OKC San Antonio, will it go 7 or will OKC end it in
Come
game?
on, bro. We all know OKC's going there. It could be OKC and Knicks.
OKC and Knicks. All right.
We have blue and orange, white versus blue, orange, and white. Did you get it? Because the logos.
Oh yeah, blue orange against the orange and blue for the Knicks. Orange and blue skies, as people refer to over there for the Knicks. But yeah, so that's OKC, San Antonio. Yeah, so it's been a very interesting series over there with OKC and San Antonio. It's been a very interesting series, back and forth. You know, San Antonio had their blowout win. OKC had their win. So usually in a 7-game series, Lambo, you know, you're going to have one team that's going to have blowouts. Like both teams are going to have blowout wins in a 7-game series. Like San Antonio had theirs. OKC kind of had theirs. But, so.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Carlos, I want you to pull up this clip next time. It is a tough clip. It is a tough edit, but clip this, Carlos, because I need you to remember this. So I'm an OKC fan, but there was this clip I saw when I was just scrolling on like YouTube, right? And it was like a thing where it's like Stack, Big Stack runs the paint, Big Stack runs the paint. I owe the Dario, Big Stack runs the paint. But okay, no, it's just, but the Spurs run the West. The Spurs run the West. And I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. I'm an OKC fan, but I was lucky vibing to that.
OKC up 3-2. We'll see if San Antonio can even out the series for a pivotal Game 7 in Oklahoma City, inside that building on a Saturday night. And I think it's safe to say, Lambo, that people got to cancel all their plans. They got to cancel all their night plans. All those night plans, put it to the day. And yeah, put it to the day. Yeah. So that's the Western Conference Finals. Been very interesting. Who will take on the Knicks? So Lambo, I'm asking you this question. Who do you think the Knicks should want? Like who do you think?
They should want the Spurs.
Spurs, okay.
Wait, are the Knicks defense good? Because I don't really know about the Knicks. Are their defense good, or is their offense better?
Yeah, so with the Knicks, they're a pretty good team. They're pretty good offensively. They're a very fun team to watch offensively, and then defensively, they're also as good as well. They create a lot of steals. They like to create chaos, and
who do you think's better though? That's what I'm really trying to get to the point.
Are they better? I wouldn't say they're better, but I will give them a fighter's chance against OKC and San Antonio. And by the way, for OKC, if they play OKC or San Antonio, they would be underdogs. If they play either or, they would be the underdog in the series. So, but they still have a chance. I feel like they would still have a chance. In the regular season, they played OKC twice. They went 0-2. In San Antonio, they went 1-1 the regular season. And also, Lambo, the NBA Cup. Remember the NBA Cup, guys. The NBA Cup, the in-season tournament that the NBA has in place for the season. The championship was the Spurs versus the Knicks. And the Knicks won that game against San Antonio in the NBA Cup. So who knows? A rematch of the NBA Cup in a 7-game series, not a 1-game, but a 7-game series. That would be very fun to watch. That would be very fun to watch. I guess we'll see who the Knicks will play. They will not have home court advantage right from the jump, but however, they will have games 3, 4, and 6 at home at Madison Square Garden. That place will be rocking. So, yes,
so
that place.
Yeah, they have 5 games at home. Plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, 3, 4, and 6.
Oh, so never mind. The winner of the other team would have 4 games.
Yeah, so the winner between OKC San Antonio, they would get game 1 and 2 at home for the NBA Finals. But with the Knicks fans, though, they have been crazy. As you guys have been seeing on social media, 7th Avenue has been going crazy for every win they have. Lambo, you know they're on an 11-game winning streak right now. The New York Knicks.
Okay, bro. Yo, nah. Don't get me worried now. Don't get me worried. Don't get me worried. Don't get me worried. Don't get me worried. Please don't. I don't care going into the finals.
Yeah, so they've been winning 11 in a row since being down 2-1 in that Atlanta series. They won 11 games in a row. That is the most in franchise history in the postseason. And they have been going crazy. But there is one person that kind of manipulated this. I'm gonna show you who that is. He goes by the name of Danhausen, WWE superstar. So Danhausen, he's known for curses, to curse people and essentially curse things. So as you can see there on that timeline, on April 17th, I'm going to play that clip in a little bit. He cursed the Knicks. I will play that clip. Actually, I'm going to play that clip right now of April 17th of when Danhausen appeared on First Take and did this.
Are you? I'm saying hello. This is polite to say shake hands on TV. Hi, I am here to take over ESPN. It is now ESPN Hausen, hosted by Danhausen. We're on First Take. Hello, Stephen A. Smith. How are you?
I've heard about him.
Yeah, I'm very famous.
You know, you're a bad luck charm.
No!
Stand by me.
Hey, I'm a good luck charm.
Why are you up here?
Why am I up here? Well, I heard that you're a big New York Knicks fan.
Yes, yeah.
And, I could curse their enemies. However, you've been very, very, very rude to Danhausen. So, unfortunately, you are cursed. Stephen A. Smith.
Me?
Yeah, you.
What you trying?
He indirectly cursed the Knicks because, as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith is a huge Knicks fan. He is a huge Knicks fan, and so he cursed him and the Knicks on April 17th. It kind of took some time for that curse to kick in because the Knicks, they won game 1, but then they lose game 2 at home. Then they lose game 3. This curse may be real. They're down 2-1, and they're about to get exit from the first round. But then they win game 4. And then Danhausen, he uncurses the Knicks. He uncurses the Knicks on April 28th because a fan paid Danhausen to uncurse the Knicks and curse the Hawks. And ever since then, Lambo, they beat him in games 5 and 6 in blowout wins, blowout fashion in 5 and 6. They beat down the Sixers in a sweep. And then he did it again on May 19th, but he curses the Cavaliers. He curses the Cavaliers on national television. And pretty much the same thing happened. The Knicks, they're in the finals. So
dang.
This curse may be true here. This curse may be true.
It might be true or you're stupid.
This curse may be true. I feel like it's true. It's rolling right now, and as long as he doesn't curse the Knicks, I feel like it's still Knicks are gonna still keep winning. But I guess we'll see what happens. Will he curse either OKC or San Antonio when it comes that time in the NBA Finals? I guess we'll see. But yeah, so that's the NBA playoffs, Lambo. So what are your final thoughts?
Please search the Spurs. That's my final thought. Please search. If you're watching this, hopefully Carlos gets in touch with you. Please curse the Spurs. Make OKC win. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so we'll see if the Spurs get there. They're a young squad. They're definitely a very young squad. So they're definitely a very young squad against a very experienced OKC team, and they're down 3-2. But before we move on, there was something I forgot to mention is about the Knicks fans. Quick topic on it. Here's the Knicks fans celebrating after their win in Game 4.
Let's watch this.
Now here's part 2. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on those Knicks fans outside of 7th Avenue going to the NBA Finals? So
I was laughing at the Knicks, like the sweep the person was holding up in the air because they sweep them. You know what I mean?
the broomsticks, yeah.
Yeah, that was just funny. What about you?
Well, it's definitely expected, and it's gonna get crazier each time they win because now they're in the finals, and people are saying, "What if these Knicks win the NBA Finals? What's really gonna happen?"
What if
Because
they sweep the finals?
what if they sweep the finals? That would definitely be historic. That would definitely be historic, and their playoff run may be compared to the 2017 Warriors, who is a great team, who is a great
Yeah.
basketball team.
I thought it was 2016.
Um, yeah, 2016 or 2017, and and it was either one of those years. KD was on the team as well, so I think it was either one of those years. But definitely the Knicks, their run would be definitely compared to the great runs of NBA history, and if they sweep the finals, and things got it, and that run's definitely got to be up there for top 5, definitely.
I think if they do sweep the finals, it looks to be the best one. That's just my thought. Like it looks to be tough.
Yeah, would be close, definitely top 5, and would be definitely a debate about top 2 or maybe even the best. So I guess we'll see. Of the Knicks, they're awaiting the winner between OKC and San Antonio in the NBA Finals. NBA Finals begin June 3rd. Game 1 begins June 3rd, regardless if this goes to a Game 7. So June 3rd is Game 1 of the NBA Finals, live from either OKC or San Antonio. All right, Lambo. So now we're gonna stay in the realm of basketball. So the NBA Draft Combine. So the NBA Draft Combine was a week ago. In the Draft Combine. So basically, we also on this show we did the NFL Combine where we reacted to a lot of star players like Dylan Thieneman, Sonny Styles, and a lot of guys who participated in the NFL Combine. So now this time around, we're going to react to the NBA Combine. So a lot of star players on that lister that were invited into the Combine. Obviously, we're going to talk about some of these players like Darius Acuff Jr. We're going to talk about him, Cam Boozer, AJ DeBonsa, Koa Pete, and star players like that. Caleb Wilson as well. So we're gonna talk about those guys during the NBA Combine. So a lot of star players on there that got invited. So some of these players on here will be returning back to college because as of on the day of the recording last night, so yesterday of the day of the recording, some of these players who were like on the fence of college and NBA had to make a decision about whether they will stay in the NBA draft or they will go to college. Most of them are coming back to college, like a Matthew Abel, like Jeremy Fears, Milan Mamasilovic from Iowa State. He's coming back. So those people are coming back to college, and then there's some people that are going to be staying, putting their name in the NBA draft and foregoing their college eligibility. So Lambo, so a lot of names on there. So a lot of names on that list. So now let's react to these clips. So of the NBA Draft Combine. So let's react to the first one. It is Darius Acuff Jr. from Arkansas. So here is his combine performance. And it's on mute. So it's on mute because there was some background music. So this is how we're going to do most of them. So the pro lane, they also do that as well. 10.99 seconds. For the one and only Darius Acuff Jr. from Arkansas. Had a very great year at Arkansas. And very fast shorter run there with 2.93. His shooting was definitely insane.
Gooding. What's it? Green got. Green got. Green got. Green got.
So that was Darius Acuff Jr.
If y'all was hearing my voice when he was shooting the threes, like I was like, green light, green light, green light. What surprised me the most? If y'all play football, y'all know 5x5 shuttle is way more different. Like we do 5x5 to 10, whatever it's called. We go to the right, we plant our feet and touch the ground, then we go all the way across, plant our feet and touch the ground, and then we finish it. But their shuttle was weird. That's why he got such low 2.93. That's why he got such low, because there was that was like he didn't even touch the ground. He just had to cut, and go. So low-key, that's what kind of weirded me out of that, because that the shuttle was like different from our shuttle in football. But up to you, Carlos.
Yeah, definitely has some similarities to football and basketball. With football is definitely different compared to basketball. And Darius Acuff Jr., very talented player from Arkansas. Definitely, in my opinion, is a top 5 draft pick. Won't be surprised if he's a top 3. I won't be surprised if he's top 3 because he's that talented of a player. He's that talented, and he deserves to go top 5. And whoever gets him, they're going to get one heck of a player who is a dog and will compete. And I like that kid, Darius Acuff Jr. From Arkansas. So that was his combine performance. Pretty impressive from the one and only Darius Acuff. So now this next one is Cam Boozer, who is expected to be high in the draft. So here is the one and only Cameron Boozer from Duke. So here's Cam Boozer, his stand-in vert, 28.5 for Cameron Boozer. Vertical leap. There's the pro lane drill. Same thing with Darius Acuff. 11.060 seconds. Three-quarter sprint. So he had 3.310 for 6.118 for the one and only Cameron Boozer. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on that one from the one and only Cam Boozer?
What position did the other person play?
What happened, Lambo?
What position did the other person play? Because I'm going to compare.
Wait, what?
What position did the other person play that we watched at first?
He's, and I think he's a guard. Okay. Cam
And
Boozer.
who's the person that we watched this one? Like, what position is he?
Yeah, so Darius Acuff was a guard, and then Cameron Boozer was also a guard as well.
Well, makes sense that people would want that person we watched just now was good, but the other person kind of had better numbers. Like on the shuttle and the shuttle and the square thing where they run up, they shuffle and back shuttle, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But so I'd low-key pick the other guy.
All right. Yeah. So with Cameron Boozer, he's not really much of a speed type of guy because he's more muscular type of guy. So
that's probably why. Then that's probably why.
Yeah, and I feel like with Darius Acuff and Cameron Boozer, they both have different body types. Like Darius Acuff is more mobile and more mobile, I guess you could say, with Darius Acuff, and then with more Cameron Boozer, he's more of a strength type of guy, more bulkier type of guy. Like he can play the 3, he can probably play the 4 as well because of his size. So whoever gets him, which is going to be pretty high. So whoever gets him, he can play all sorts of positions, the 4, the 3, the 2, one of those positions, definitely for Cam Boozer because of his size. He can play guard. He can most likely play forward as well. So Cam Boozer, as you guys saw, that was the one and only Cam Boozer from Duke. All right, so now here's his next one. AJ DeBonsa from BYU, played 1 year at BYU, decided to go with the draft, and here is AJ DeBonsa. Also mute as well, stand invert. with AJ, he's got that length. He's got that length to him, and whoever gets him, whoever gets it will definitely get a lengthy type of player from the one only AJ Debonsa. 3.14 from AJ. It's Pro very lengthy with his legs and arms. And that's what gives him that advantage. And there's its shuttle run. 6.110, pretty similar to Cam Boozer's. Pretty similar. All right. So that was AJ Debonsa. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on him, on his combine performance?
Be fast. I like the numbers. And he looks tall. Is he tall?
He's pretty tall. Yeah, he
looks like a 7-footer to me. That's how tall he looks. So he's probably not.
Yeah, so with AJ, he is 6'9". He is 6'9".
That's close to 6'9". 6'9"?
6'9".
Okay.
Yeah, with 6'9", yeah, he's got that length. He's got that length to him. Not much body size, but he's more.
How big do you think his wingspan is?
His wingspan. His wingspan.
How big, but how big do you think Wendy's wingspan is?
His wingspan, probably a lot. But he's definitely got a long wingspan from what you guys saw there and on that combine performance. Like he's got lengthy legs. He's got lengthy arms. Like he's got length. He's got length to him. He's definitely a good talent. He's definitely a very good talent. And someone gets him, you're going to get a guy who's going to be lengthy and is going to have that length. And length definitely plays a good advantage. So whoever gets AJ, he's probably going to get up there as well, top 10 for AJ. So whoever gets him is going to get a very good player from BYU this year. So that is the one only AJ Debonsa. Now here is Darren Peterson from Kansas, who was projected to be a top pick in the draft. So here's Darren Peterson. So that's a stand-in Darren Peterson, 31.5 for Darren Peterson. .021, kind of faster than that, Lambo. Kind of faster than that. 3.16, pretty similar to I believe it was either AJ or Darius Acuff with a 3.14 3/4 quarter sprint. Pro Landro 11.170, which is pretty darn good. Spot up threes, and before this clip, he said the interviewer asked him, what drill are you looking for the most? And he said something about shooting. So, and as you can see there.
Yeah, 19 for 25? Oh, my God.
Yeah, went 19 for 25, which, by the way, guys, is 76%, which is 76% from shooting. So,
for a rookie.
Yeah, he definitely did well shooting-wise. And also, I remember on this show, we talked about how Darren Peterson, we questioned his commitment because I remember that one time where I told you, Lambo, about Darren Peterson. He shot a three, turned to his bench and wanted to get out, and he didn't play for the rest of the game. Yeah, the rest of the game. So that's something that Darren Peterson needs to work on, but he's definitely going to be top 5, top 3 for sure. He'll be top 3 up there in the draft. So that's Darren Peterson. He can shoot the ball. He can definitely shoot the ball, and pretty similar to a Cam Boozer. He's pretty similar to a Cam Boozer. Got that bulky type of build, and he can definitely shoot the ball like Cam Boozer. So that is Darren Peterson from Kansas. And now let's do Caleb Wilson from UNC. He had an injury over there at UNC, sidelined him for the rest of the season. So this will be his first.
So injury got sidelined for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Then got back?
Oh no, he got injured. He got injured.
No, that's what I said. Was the injury that bad?
I believe so. Yeah. The thing was bad. He hurt in one of the games. He was unable to play during the UNC versus Duke game. Like he couldn't play for the UNC versus Duke game, and yeah, because of the injury he had the game prior to that. So that's Caleb Wilson. Here's his combine performance from UNC. Here it is.
Dang!
36.
Wait, is that good? 3.6.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Is it mid?
That's all right. I don't know what's best and what's not because I don't really follow NBA draft combine like that. But definitely that's short around what he did there, 3.11. Definitely that's good. Yeah, that's definitely something that's very good.
3.3. Green gun.
All right, so that is the one and only Caleb Wilson. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on that from Caleb Wilson from UNC?
I mean, his vert looks high. I don't know if it's high, like, I don't know if it's that especially good or like straight, but his vert looks high. That's all I really can say. Everything else didn't really stand out to me, but his vert, ooh.
Yes. Yeah, so with Caleb Wilson, his height barefoot because over there at the NBA Combine, they do barefoot because they find your true height. They find your true height without the shoes. So without the shoes, he is 6'9.25. For his height, he's 210.8 pounds.
What about with the shoes?
Huh?
What about with the shoes?
Wait, is what?
With the shoes. What if he added the shoes?
With the shoe, probably over 7 feet.
Wait, 7 feet? Shoes are 3 feet?
No, wait, my bad. Probably 6'10", 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably 6'10".
What kind of shoes does he have on?
Yeah, probably add like a little 3 inches, maybe 4 inches to that. So, yeah, so that's his height, barefoot, 6'9.25". His weight, 210.8 pounds. Wingspan of 7 feet.25, and then it has a standing reach of 9 feet. Or I don't know how they measure that, but yeah, so that's his standing reach, height, weight, and all that. Lambo. So that is Caleb Wilson, who is projected to be a top player in the draft. I don't know where he will go, and specifically, most likely first round, because remember, Lambo, about that injury I said, and usually teams might be hesitant with Caleb Wilson because of his injury. So I don't know where he'll go, but most likely he will get out in the first round. I just don't know where in the first round, but it depends which team likes him the most and trust him. So that is Caleb Wilson, and now here's our final player, Koa P. So with Koa P, it is individual. So these are individual clips. So first we're going to start with his stand-in vert. Here it is. Right here. So also on you as well, that is Koa P from Arizona, who had a great year at Arizona. Great year at Arizona, his first year at Arizona. So that's his stand-in vert. Pretty high vert for Koa P. So Lambo, so what are your thoughts on that one?
Well, that vert was high. That vert was high for a stand up, man. He said. That vert was high for standing up and no run up.
Yeah. Koa P definitely, he got hops. Koa P's definitely got hops. He definitely got hops from Arizona. He's definitely a great player. So that is his stand-in vert. Now here's his 3/4 court sprint. Here it is. So there's his 3/4 court sprint. Basically, Lambo, the NBA version of the 40-yard draft, the 40-yard dash, basically. So there's that. Pretty fast too.
I wish it showed us the times like in the vert for everybody else. But it's not showing the times for this player.
Yeah, Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't show the times, guys. Apologies for that. But with Koa P, that 3/4 sprint was 3.16. 3.16. That is for 3.16. So very similar with 3.14 I saw with I think it was AJ DeBonza with 3.14. He was 0.2 seconds off with 3.16. And by the way, with the stand-in leap, he had 34.5 with the stand-in vertical leap. 34.5.
Almost as much as the one that we were just talking about with the run-up.
What happened?
That's almost as much as the one that we were just talking about with the run-up. Because this is like 30 pictures. And he almost tied that up with the standing.
Yeah, definitely. With Koa P, he definitely got a.
Yeah, he's talented.
He is. He's definitely something special from Arizona, and Coach C even gave him some recognition about Koa P. Calls him the best player in college basketball, which kind of hesitant on because he's not really the best. From game one against Florida, when he played against Florida, yes, I considered him the best player in the country because of how he played in that game. But obviously, as the season goes on, other players stand out. Other players they start to show who's the best player in college basketball, and that answer kind of changed for me later on in the season. But Koa Pete definitely is one of the best players in college basketball this past year. So that is his 3/4 quarter sprint. Now here's this shuttle run. It's 6 seconds long, guys. So here it is. All right, that is Koa Pete Lambo with his shuttle run, which is a 3.39. 3.39 for the one and only Koa Pete. So what are your thoughts on that one? It's all right.
He's goated. He's goated. He's literally actually so he's actually really goated, though. Like his numbers are actually standing out to me compared to everybody else's.
Yeah, and he definitely is. He definitely is Koa Pete, and definitely what I said there. Definitely one of the best players in college basketball. You're seeing that right now with Koa Pete. So, all right. So now here's his last one, the lane agility drill, 14 seconds long, guys. So here it is. For that one, Lambo, he had 11 seconds, 11 flat for.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, numbers are awesome. He got the second best time out of everybody we were watching. Not overall, but like out of everybody we were watching.
Yeah, definitely. Koa Pete's numbers definitely impressed. He definitely impressed. His position, he is a power forward, so he can play the 4. So he can play the 4, the 3. So he's definitely one of those powerful type of guys that has that muscle build, that strong build from Koa Pete. So that's that with the NBA draft combine. So Lambo, so what are your final takeaways of all the guys that I showed there that are going to be top picks?
The person who just watched Noah P or whatever his name is, that's my favorite pick. But right. Yeah, that's really I gotta say. I like him the most. What about you, Carlos?
Definitely a lot of impressive guys. On there. But definitely Koa Pete's numbers definitely did impress. He definitely did impress. AJ DeBonta. AJ DeBonta stood out. Darius Acuff. So probably the players that I would say impressed me: Darius Acuff, AJ DeBonta, and Koa Pete. So probably those 3 are probably the 3 that I would say that impressed the most from these videos. So. Yeah, Lambo. So that's the answer to your question on who impressed me the most. So 3 elite guys who are expected to be first rounders. So we'll see what happens in this year's NBA draft combine. The Washington Wizards, they are on the clock for the number 1 overall draft pick. Who will they draft at number 1? I guess we'll see when that time comes around for the NBA draft. All right, let's switch gears into football. Football, guys. So here is the week 1 schedule, as you guys can see there. So as you guys can see there. So let's start with this first, shall we? That first game right there, Lambo.
I guessed it. Roll the clip, Carlos. Roll the clip.
Yes, I will roll the clip right now. So here it is. It's going to cover all of our faces, but here it is right here. March 30th, 2026, and the game's on September 9th. So I want you guys' predictions. Who do you think Seattle will play on their opening night in Seattle? Who do you think?
I already answered this question.
Yeah.
I think they're going to play the Patriots. And
yeah, from I think it was like March, and I think that was March, Lambo, that we made that prediction. And now fast forward to May 28th, here we are, and you guessed it right, Lambo. So, hey, your thoughts on that?
Sorry, bro. I'm smart. Smart. Hey, without the glazing, I cannot believe I guessed that from. So I pre-planned that 2 months ahead. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty obvious guess. Let's be so good. It's a pretty obvious guess. Obviously, come on, bro. You got it. NFL has to do the rematch, the Super Bowl rematch team. So Patriots can try to get back. But man, alright, this is off topic of man, bro. Gonzalez, he was playing his heart out in the championship Super Bowl. I hope when they rematch, I hope he gets a 6-6, bro. Because he was playing his heart out. Everybody else was going on the Patriots. They was not doing good, bro. Gonzalez, bro, he was locking up. He was picking up like the. Shout out to him. But alright, you cars.
All right. Yeah, Lambo, you were right there from March. We made that prediction back in March when the NFL first announced the season opener would be in Seattle. And, we made all of our picks. Well, Lambo and Cash made their picks. And Lambo went with the more reasonable option with the Super Bowl rematch against New England. Cash went, he said either the Ravens or the Chargers. Not bad picks, because obviously at the time we didn't know. But now fast forward to 2 months later in May 28th, it finally gets released and find out who won. And Lambo got it right with New England. So this is New England versus Seattle, the Super Bowl rematch. Seattle, they won't have Kenneth Walker for this one, who was the Super Bowl MVP. The Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker. So they won't have.
Did he get traded? He got traded, right?
Yes, he did.
We watched. I remember. Yeah, we talked about this. Why would you trade the Super Bowl MVP? Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so no Kenneth Walker in this matchup. So New England, they pretty much have their same team. From what I know, they haven't traded any good players, any of their key players. They actually might be receiving a key player. He goes by the name of A.J. Brown. He might be coming to New England because of the drama that's going over there in Philly. And if things don't work out, he might be traded to New England. And, Lambo, Drake May at QB. You have Stephon Diggs on one side, and then you got A.J. Brown on the other. That's going to be definitely to look out for in New England, Lambo.
Yeah.
Definitely something to look out for. Obviously, in Seattle, you got JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. We talked about it on that same episode, episode 3, how he signed a contract extension, a huge contract extension for the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle, they drafted a running back, Jadarian Price from Notre Dame, young running back. Obviously not Kenneth Walker. Well, he's definitely a talented running back, that Seattle can develop. But I think it wasn't a bad pick by the Seahawks. I think they needed somebody talented at the running back position. They got Jadarian Price. Put him in. We'll see what happens. So that is New England, Seattle, Lambo. So how about let's do this again, Lambo. So May 28th, 2026. So obviously we did this back in March. We guessed who will Seattle play. Now, Lambo, Who do you have winning this game? New England or Seattle?
New England, because they don't. Seattle doesn't got their Super Bowl MVP, so New England.
All right.
I want my boy Gonzalez to win.
All right. So
Next.
you got New England beating Seattle. All right. New England beating Seattle on September 9th, the first game of the NFL season in Seattle. So that is that for the Super Bowl rematch. But there's also other matchups going on in week 1. As you can see there, the Bears, Panthers, Saints, Lions, Ravens, Lambeau taking on the Colts. We'll get into the Ravens schedule in a bit, guys. But first, we're going to talk about this week 1. Then we'll get into Sunday Night Football, their schedule. And then me and Lambeau will make our predictions for our respective teams about our schedules. So Falcons, Steelers, Cardinals, Chargers over there. Packers, Vikings in division showdown. NFC North, Cowboys and Giants, the first Sunday night matchup. We talked about this on September 13th. The Giants hosting the Cowboys. NFC East showdown, NFC West showdown. Niners, Rams live from Melbourne, Australia. Live from Melbourne, Australia. They'll be live from Australia. Buccaneers, Bengals, Bills, Texans, Bills going on the road to Houston. Browns taking on the Jags, Jets, Titans, Dolphins, Raiders, Commanders, Eagles, NFC North, NFC East again. And then for Monday night, the Broncos go on the road and take on the Chiefs. So Lambeau, which one of these games are the most interesting to you?
Ravens, Colts. Obviously, Seattle, Patriots. Packers, Vikings.
Okay.
San Francisco, LA, Rams. Bills, Texans. Bills, Texans is probably the ones that stand out to me the most.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Yeah, some very interesting matchups. Obviously, the Super Bowl rematch, that's going to be something to look out for. Niners, Rams. It's going to be in Melbourne, Australia. So, international game over there in Melbourne, Australia. Both teams have to travel a long way from California to Australia, which is a long flight. There. So let's see here. Packers, Vikings, that could be interesting. Cowboys, Giants, it's always interesting when those two go at it. For the NFC East, it's always interesting when they go at it. Commanders, Eagles, that's going to be a good one. Commanders and Eagles. Broncos, Chiefs, AFC West, rivals there. Denver, the new Supernova over there, the AFC West. Kansas City, pretty much the old Supernova, the new Supernova against the old Supernova over there at the AFC West. But yeah, Lambeau, I definitely agree with you with that Bills-Texans game.
Yeah, Bills and Texans is a really good matchup.
Texans on the rise. Obviously, we know about the Houston Texans defense. They are just everywhere. They are lethal. And then Buffalo, we all know about their offense with Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, and that Buffalo squad. So that Buffalo offense taking on that Houston defense. That's going to be the matchup to look out for on that game. It's a 1 p.m. game on CBS. I wish it was later on, but Bills, Texans, that's definitely going to be the one to look out for there for week 1. So that is week 1. We're not going to react to all the weeks because obviously if we did all the weeks, we would be here for more than 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But we're just going to do week 1. So that's the week 1 schedule for the NFL. Now let's talk about Sunday Night Football. So this is Sunday Night Football schedule, Lambeau. So obviously we talked about the Cowboys, Giants for week 1. Week 2, the Colts and the Chiefs. Rams Broncos, Lions Panthers. How about the Panthers, Lambo? Primetime game for the Panthers in their home stadium. Obviously, we've seen the Panthers make the playoffs this past year against the Rams. So the Panthers get in a primetime game. That's pretty good. Lambo, your Ravens on here. The Ravens have to go on the road against the Falcons.
Yeah, easy comp. Easy comp.
Easy comp. Yeah. I really don't get why the Falcons get a primetime game, but I guess it's whatever. I guess the people at the NFL office, they see a headline, a storyline that they can talk about, I guess. Cowboys, Packers, that should be a good one. Kansas City, Seattle. Obviously, we talked about Kansas City. Their status this year with Patrick Mahomes, we kind of don't know what's going on there with Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes because he tore that ACL in the regular season finale. So we don't know what Kansas City will look like this year. Obviously, I know they have Kenneth Walker, but who's going to be that QB this year? Justin Fields was one Kansas City acquired. So we don't know how that's going to work out in Kansas City, but we all know about Seattle with Sam Darnold, JSN, Jadarian Price over there in Seattle. And obviously their defense over there in Seattle. And we saw that in the Super Bowl, that they're just an elite defense, probably the best defense in the NFL right now. Eagles, Commanders, live from Washington, Buccaneers, Bears, Chicago getting a primetime game. Steelers, Bengals, division rivals right there. Vikings, Niners from Mexico City, Lambo, live from Mexico City. So Mexico so Mexico getting a primetime matchup. The Niners, obviously, are going to be live from Mexico City. They're the nearest city from Mexico City. So the Niners, a lot of Mexican fans with the Niners. So they'll be taking on the Vikings. Patriots got to go to L.A. Got to go for a cross-country trip to LA.
Steelers, Texans. Let's see if Steelers can get their get back from playoff runs.
Oh, yeah. Steelers, Texans. Obviously, we all know Aaron Rodgers is making a farewell tour this year for Aaron Rodgers. Signed a 1-year contract, and that most likely will be his final year in the NFL. So he'll be taking on that ferocious Texans defense. That Texans defense that caused havoc on them during that playoff matchup. Bills, Packers, that's definitely going to be a good one. Lions, Vikings. Jaguars and Cowboys, and then the last one, Eagles, Niners. Eagles got to go on the road to San Francisco, and then Week 18, it is to be determined. And then, by the way, guys, later on during the season, like where the Eagles are, the Jaguars, Lions, maybe even Bills too, they like to flex some things. So in case, like, for example, like if the Lions are below 500 and the Vikings are below 500, or, for example, the Ravens are above 500 and I'm just throw a random team. The Panthers, they're above 500. That may be the primetime matchup in replacement for one of those matchups. So that's just there for now, but it may be flexed later. So Lambo, so which one of these matchups are you most interested in for Sunday Night Football?
Texans, Steelers. Probably Steelers, Bengals. Vikings and San Francisco because it's going to be played in Mexico City. And Cowboys, Falcons.
Okay. All right.
No, I did not mean to say. I mean to say Cowboys and Green Bay.
Wait, who? The Cowboys and who?
Cowboys and Green Bay. Falcons.
Green Bay. All right, gotcha.
I only said the Falcons because it was like a buzz and I got confused for a second. But yeah, Cowboys and Falcons. Oh, and obviously it's not going to be a really good matchup because we're going to blow them out. But Ravens and Falcons.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see why that's a primetime matchup, but I guess there's a storyline there between Baltimore and Atlanta. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But definitely some interesting matchups. Cowboys Giants, that week 1 matchup will be special. Rams and Broncos. That one in Denver over there at the Mile High. That one's going to be a very good matchup there. I'm interested to see that Carolina matchup. Carolina, Detroit, Sunday Night Football from Carolina. Primetime matchup inside that stadium over there in Charlotte. That's going to be rocking over there. Cowboys, Packers, definitely. Lambeau, definitely very interesting matchup there. Eagles, Commanders, that could be something. Let's see here. Texans, Steelers, interesting matchup there. Bills, Packers, and so those matchups are probably the most interesting for me. So, but definitely some interesting matchups. Maybe there's one down the line, Lambeau, that may be flexed in because they're more better than the ones that are listed here, like the Lions, Vikings, Jaguars, Cowboys. Maybe change later, but if those teams are good this year, then they're obviously going to keep them the way it is. So, guys, so that's Sunday Night Football. All these matchups will be live on NBC. Sunday Night Football, primetime matchup on Sunday Night Football for this season. All right. Now let's react to our team schedules, Lambeau. So, how about let's start with you first, the Baltimore Ravens. So, obviously, there's your schedule right there. There's your schedule right there, Lambeau. So, basically...
Wait, is it going left to right to left to right to left to right? Or is it going down, left, then down, right?
I think it's left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, because he's playing the Falcons. Yeah, okay. Coach, man, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. But Ravens going to take the W. 1-0. Saints, let's be real, bro. Saints are not beating us. We're taking the W. Cowboys, no. I hate the Cowboys. We're taking the W. Titans. No, Derrick Henry's gonna cook since they're playing the Titans. Falcons, come on. We're going 5-0. And then Browns.
Browns, Shedeur Sanders, Myles Garrett over there in
Okay,
Cleveland.
we might. I feel like it's gonna be a close game, and we might take our first loss. Okay. Bengals. We're gonna cook the Bengals. Bills, man. I'm not gonna lie. We always to the Bills, so
on the road, Lambeau. That's a road.
Oh yeah, we're gonna lose. I have faith in y'all though. We're gonna lose. Though. So 5-2. Jaguars, we're beating the Jaguars. 6-2. Chargers beating the Chargers. 7-2. Carolina.
Carolina on the road. All right.
Okay. Nah. I think we got him. 8-2. In Texas.
Texans on the road.
My dad right now. Texans. And that's his favorite team. Anytime I say the Texans, my team always beats them. So we're gonna go 8-2. And then we have our bye week against Buccaneers. Buccaneers, did they let go of Mike Evans?
They did, yes. Mike Evans now with
we're going 9-2. And Steelers, come on, bro. We need our get back after Tyler.
The road.
So on the road. I think we're gonna get our get back. 10. What is it? 10-2 or 10-3?
10-2. 10-2.
10-2. And then is that the Browns again?
Yes, that is the Browns because you guys play each other.
Okay, now I think we better not lose the Browns twice. So I think 11-2. Bengals, come on, man. We're not losing to the Bengals. 12-2. And then Steelers, we might lose to them the next time. So we're gonna go final record 12-3. Because I can't see nothing else.
12-3, yes. So that's all right. So that's that, Lambeau. That's actually a pretty good record. All right. Some interesting games on here, like Colts on the road.
Oh, I said the Bills. The Bills.
Oh, the Bills. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, all right. Saints at home.
Browns, Bills, Steelers.
Browns, Bills, Steelers. All right. All righty. So Cowboys on the road over there in Dallas, Tennessee. Obviously, Derrick Henry. He's playing at home for this one. He's playing at home for this one for the Ravens as they take on the Tennessee Titans with Cam Ward Cam Ward over there in Tennessee, that young squad over there in Tennessee. Atlanta on the road. We talked about that with Sunday Night Football. Browns. Yeah, Lambo, I believe you got a loss for that one for the Browns. Bengals. Bills on the road. That's tricky. Jaguars at home. Chargers at home. Panthers on the road. That could be a little tricky there with Panthers. Texans on the road, a back-to-back. That could be a little tricky. That could be a little tricky there for the Ravens, Lambo. A back-to-back against two pretty good teams, two teams that were in the playoff last year. So that could get a little tricky. A well-needed bye week after the Texans game. Then you got the Buccaneers at home, which I believe you guys should be well rested for that one. Then you got the Steelers on the road. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have that on your minds, revenge on your minds for that one on the road in Pittsburgh. Browns at home, Bengals on the road, and then Steelers at home. Okay. All right. Interesting schedule here for Baltimore. All right. And now let's do my team, the Dolphins. Obviously, as you guys know, the Dolphins, they're going through a little bit of a rebuild stage. So
Yeah, like we talked about in episode 1 or 2.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if I say maybe a bad record. If I say it's definitely not going to be a 12-3. I'm definitely not going to be that delusional, but I guess we'll see. So, all right. So now this one is going from down to up. So, all right, here it is right here. Dolphins, Raiders got to go on the road to Las Vegas. I believe Dolphins win that one. I think Dolphins can win that one on the road in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, they're a young team. So
Yeah, their line sucks. Ashton Jinsey can't get nowhere because their line sucks.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Dolphins there. I'm going to go Dolphins there.
I agree.
Dolphins against San Francisco, you got to go on the road to San Francisco. I'm not too confident in the Dolphins' ability on the road against a San Francisco team. I'm going to go 1-1. Kansas City at home. Once again, we talked about Kansas City. They're questionable.
They're trash. They're trash now.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one. The Dolphins.
Yeah, I agree. Because I swear, ever since Tyreek left.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh no. Tyreek Hill's not playing for the Dolphins. I forgot. Yeah, so Dolphins will win that one.
From Kansas City. Ever since Kansas City lost Tyreek Hill, they were running championships with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but
Dolphins, Vikings on the road in Minnesota. That's tricky. 2-2. I just don't. I'm not that hard on the Dolphins to believe. Bengals at home. I'm gonna go to a loss because Dolphins always find a way to lose against teams like Cincinnati. So 2-3. Well needed bye week. On the road to the Jets. And be careful with the Jets now because Dolphins went on the road to the Jets, I believe, 1 year and lost. So I'm going to
you expect to get back?
it's tough because I just don't believe in the Dolphins that much. So I'm going to go 2-4. I'm going to go Dolphins loss on the road in the Jets. They will play New England. Yeah, we all know what's happening there. 2-5. So 2-5 against the Lions, 2-6. Yeah, it might be an ugly year. On the road to the Colts, Dolphins, I believe last year they played the Colts on the road and lost on the road. They're not any better from last year, so 2-7. Bills on the road, 2-8.
No confidence, man.
It might be okay. 3-8. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay, we got the Jets at home.
But then you have Denver.
Denver, yeah, no. And plus it's in December. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah. So forget it. How many road games are there in December? 1, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna just add 3 losses there. So that's 3-8 or 3-9, something like that. Yeah, so that's that. Chicago at home. Nah, 3-9.
I think your team might want to do Chicago.
I feel like with Chicago, they got Caleb Williams. They got not
Ooh, but their offense isn't that good besides Taylor.
But with the Dolphins,
The Dolphins might win that game.
okay, all right. So that's the Dolphins at home against Chicago.
Yes.
With the Packers on the road, no, no, I'm gonna give them no chance, Lambeau, because you know why?
Why?
Because they got to go on the road to Lambeau and to Lambeau Field. To Green Bay, Wisconsin. And where's Green Bay, Wisconsin, Lambeau on the map? In the Midwest.
Oh, Midwest.
And if you know the Midwest in December, Lambeau.
Oh my God. They be snowing.
Yeah. And the Dolphins don't do well in cold weather. So
yeah.
That's that. Chargers. I feel like the Dolphins can beat the Chargers. I feel like the Dolphins can beat the Chargers. The Dolphins has a pretty good record against the Chargers. They beat the Chargers 1 year in LA. So I think they can get that one.
So what's their record right now?
Shoot, I'm all over the place. I'm like 4-11, and then 4-12 with New England. So yeah, so I'm literally all over the place. So let's see. I got Vegas win, Chiefs win, Chiefs win. I'm gonna go Bengals win. So that's 3. 3 Jets win. That's 4. I'm just giving the Chicago win because I feel like there's gonna be an upset there. So 5, 6. So I'm gonna give him 6 wins. 6 wins, and then the rest is losses to San Francisco, Minnesota, Jets, Patriots, Lions, Colts, Bills, Broncos, Packers, Bills, and Patriots. So that's 11. So 6 and 11. I don't have high expectations for the Dolphins, Lambeau, because obviously we also what happened with.
Yeah, y'all lost Tyreek.
Lost Tyreek. Lose your head coach, which is most likely what's about to happen. You lose your head coach. You lose Tua. You basically lose a lot of key guys.
Whole offense.
Yeah, so the Dolphins is trying to find who they have. They have Malik Willis at QB. They have Malik Willis. They have Jalen Waddle, who's still with the Dolphins. Yeah, so I feel like the Dolphins, they have they're trying to find their identity. I think the Dolphins need to find their identity. Yeah, so I feel like the Dolphins will have a pretty good first matchup against the Raiders, not a very good team. So I feel like the Dolphins, they can find an identity in that game. And who knows? Like, I don't have high expectations for the Dolphins. Like, as you can see on that record, I got him at 6-11. And I got him at 6-11. I don't have high expectations for them, but I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if the Dolphins can prove everyone wrong and at least have a subpar record, 500 record, competing for a playoff wildcard spot at least. But I guess we'll see what happens there with the Dolphins. So that is the Dolphins schedule, Lambeau. So what are your thoughts on the Dolphins schedule?
6-11, pretty accurate since they had to rebuild their team.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So pretty much like a rebuilding year. So pretty much all right. Yeah. So I got him at 6-11. Lambeau, you got your Ravens at 12-3. Most likely division titles. If that's the case, 12-3, you win the division. You have a home game to start up the playoffs. So that's the Ravens. And then the Dolphins, 6-11. Not high expectations, but I guess we'll see if they can prove everyone wrong over there in Miami. All right, so that's the NFL schedule. Lambeau. So some very interesting games got released from the NFL. And now let's do
our unbelievably crazy segment.
Unbelievably crazy. Yes, we still do unbelievably crazy, guys. You know, since Lambeau's episode back I forgot what number episode it was, but we still do unbelievably crazy. We still do it. So I found this one on Instagram. It's the Indoor Football League. Yes.
Right. Hold on. I think I might know what you're talking about. All right, play the clip. Say what you're saying.
Yeah, so the Indoor Football League, I forgot which team this is, but I think it's Orlando, a team from Orlando. And yeah, so I think it's a team from Orlando. So this is the Unbelievably Crazy segment. Here's a 38-second video of the thing. So here it is.
21-20, the defending champs. Now Rui going for the deuce, but going to come up short. Puka Williams out of the end zone. Across the 10, and the 15, and the 20. One man to beat, it's the kicker. Down the sideline, inside the 5, touchdown! Puka Williams on the kick return score for Orlando. Game.
Yes, you saw that right there. So the Orlando Pirates.
For a kickoff return, right? And then the first thing you do, you just drop spike it, and then you go to a concession stand, get a smoothie, drain it down, and then get back on the field.
Yeah,
Only celebration.
Yeah, probably a strawberry banana smoothie too. Yeah, definitely a very good looking smoothie there, strawberry banana.
And you saw how fast you got to get back. It reminds me that, like, I know a little bit of basketball. You know when you're like you're in full court press and you make like a 3-pointer and then you try to celebrate and then your coach yells at you, "Go guard! Why are you celebrating?" You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of that because immediately he ran like literally to the concession stand. He got his smoothie and then he only took one sip, had to celebrate like quick photo, and then had to run back. That's what it kind of reminded me of.
Yeah, definitely something.
You're like in a full court press after you score a 3-pointer and you like celebrating, dapping, and be like, "Oh yeah," and then your coach is like, "What are y'all doing? Go guard!" You know what I mean?
Yeah, lock back on defense. Lock back on defense.
Yeah.
Basketball is so fast paced, but in football you have time to celebrate. And obviously, as you can see there, he had time to celebrate there, drinking that smoothie, most like a strawberry banana smoothie. I think looked good. Good. So that was the Orlando Pirates, Lambo. The Orlando Pirates from the Indoor Football League. I don't know what game is that, but right now, the Orlando Pirates of the Indoor Football League, they are 5-3, 5-2 in the conference. They are 3-0 at home. They were playing at home, Lambo. So those Orlando Pirates, they're doing really good right now. And best of luck to the Orlando Pirates over there at the Indoor Football League, local team over here. In Florida. So Orlando, keep on repping the Indoor Football League and keep doing what you're doing. All right, Lambo. Episode 9 is, it officially comes to the end, guys. Sports topics. That is that with the sports topics, guys. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about NASCAR for the first time. Obviously, not the way I want to introduce NASCAR into the show, but obviously we kind of have to do it because a very popular race car driver who I watch NASCAR races sometimes, and he's a notable name that I watch. So definitely had to start off the show with that. And then we talked about some NBA playoff, NBA combine, reacted to NBA combine. Then we reacted to the NFL schedule, and then we gave our records for our respective teams. And then obviously that unbelievably crazy moment in the Indoor Football League with the Orlando Pirates. So, all right, Lambo. So we're at that time of the show. So tell these people what do they got to do. Tell these people what they got to do. It's on the screen.
Y'all know. Y'all got to like. Y'all got to share. Y'all got to share. Notification bells. And most of all, come on, bro. Y'all got to comment. Y'all got to comment. Let's go. Episode 9. We out. Episode 10. We coming. See you,
Yeah, guys. So like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Comment. Also follow our Instagram at Lambo and Cash Show. We post sports news.
Carlos, quick question. Where can they find you at?
At D_Enforcer33. It will be in the link in description. Yes, so D_Enforcer33, but it'll also be in the link down in the description. Lambo, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me at Lamborghini_Landon stuff. I got a big achievement earlier. Like a week ago, I was at 3.5K followers, and like in one day, my dad posted this video, and I got 1,000 followers gained. I went from 3.5 the 4.501 days.
That's huge. Wow. 1,000 follower jump. That is crazy. That is just insane. All right, Lambo. So you guys can find Landon on Lambo on Instagram at Lamborghini Landon. You can find Cash at beachboys_BJJ on Instagram. You guys can find Cash there. All of our links to our Instagram will be down in the description, so you guys can check that out. And all right, guys, that is episode 9 in the books. We'll see you in the next episode for episode 10. Episode 10, guys, coming up.
2 digits. We in the 2 digits, guys.
Yeah, guys. So we'll see you in the next episode.